Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Owl House Season 1 Episode 8, Once Upon a Swap, and tomorrow I'm going to be doing Episode 9, Something Ventured, Someone Framed. So let's get right into this episode. So we start with Luce and King at Ida's human collectibles stand in like the swap market, and I kind of liked how Luce was kind of like using like her lights to sorry to we need to like to show off our stuff that's why we're not selling, we need to advertise. And she put her like her light glyphs, and it made like a Ida just winking like, hey, you could come buy from me. And um Basha, the girl that would go unnamed, and this other guy that had like a hair strip going down his face. I don't know what his name is. I don't think it'll ever come up ever, but I'm not gonna reveal the other girl because that name like, comes up later. So, but basically, um, Basha, the girl, and the guy are like are saying, oh hey, look at this, and I wish I can show Basha because she's super cute, even though she's like a jerk. But she's like, oh hey Basha, do you want to buy something? I said no, I only came here to like post something on Instagram to like, show how like how much you loser you are, like how much like, you're so pathetic. And she does a duck face. It's really dumb, but you know whatever. They just have that. And he's like, "Oh, that's not funny, Basha," and like like, and she's like, "Oh, like whatever." And King's like, "You just gonna let her walk all over you?" And it's like, King, you just don't understand teenagers and girls like her. I dealt with them. You have to ignore them. And King's like, "No, I'll show you what to do." And he goes on the table. It's like, "You'll tremble before me." And Bosch is like, "Oh, look at this cutie pie," and she's just like hugging him, and post a picture on Instagram, put like this anime filters, and then is that you know what, Luce? I'm just gonna buy him. And King's like, "I am for sale, sister." And Ida's like behind the curtain. And she's like smelling. Oh, I smell like some sales. And he's like, "Oh, hey kids, hey teenagers, do you want to buy the latest fashion from the human realm?" And it kind of looks like a mixed clothing, kind of like the Freaky Friday thing. I don't know. I got that kind of vibe. And it's like, yeah, no. And then he's like, well, I hate them. I hate her. And he just like, whoa, dude, you gotta take that down. And because I'm a wanted woman. They're gonna come and arrest me. And Lucy's like, the Ida, they're not gonna come arrest you. They don't care. Like, we just have magic, and you can just poof your problems away. And Ida's like, kid, you just don't know what I'm going through. And King's like, Lucy, you think you have like the easiest life? Oh, wait, no. He said, Lucy, you had the easiest life ever. All you gotta do with teenage drama and all that. And he's like, oh, King, you think you had the easiest life? All you do is get pampered like a baby. And King's like, well, in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm not a baby. And then it has a brilliant idea, like, hey, you know what we do when friends can see eye to eye, and Lucy's like hug each other until we pass out, and King's like fight to the death, and Ida says body swap, and King's like, are you sure you don't spit venom? Because that was another thing where Basha said like kind of like Lucy's got mad at Basha, and Basha's like, oh, you can just use your human venom on me, and King's like, oh, Lucy, you got venom, quick, start melting faces. So I forgot that line, but I thought it was pretty funny. But this is my complaint where usually body swaps happen by accident, and Ida does this on purpose. I mean, and Luce shows like the Freaky Friday, or Friday Saturday, ha ha, ha. And then like Ida does like the whole body swap with all three of them. I think what it would have been better is because it doesn't happen this episode, but since episode 4 was Luce's first spell, at that episode 8, this episode was going to be Luce's second spell. So what I would have thought would be a good idea, since this was supposed to be the body swap episode, is that Luce comes across a book and like this new glyph, and it's like a body swap glyph, and basically Luce and Ida are arguing. Like Ida's like, all you do is like with teenage drama, and like Luce is like, all you can do is just poof, like magic your problems away. And King's like either there or not there, like in the episode, so you can only focus on these two characters, where because King Luce's body, that's who he goes into. It's like the worst one of the three, but I'll get to that in a minute. But like, yeah, Luce will learn a new spell, a new glyph, and Ida will go with the teenagers, show like, oh, being teenager is awesome again. And Luce is gonna prove that like the guards won't care, and I'm gonna sell your stuff. I think that would have been better. Luce learns a new spell because it's consistent, and between these two characters, and King just doesn't have to be involved. But that's how I would have fixed it. But yeah, I cut so yeah, it's a 9 right now. Yeah, 90% of 100, because Ida does the body swap on purpose, and Luce doesn't learn a new spell in this episode. So yeah, it's a 90 right now. So Ida's like body swap, and as you see right here, Luce is in Ida's body. And I just want to play this right here.
Oh my gosh, it worked! I'm so old and pointy.
And you see King's in Luce's body, and she kind of looks kind of weird, or I guess he looks kind of weird. Is like Luce has yellow eyes, and like a tooth, and her hair is like all like spiky a little bit, and and like the King's like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like humans be like witches beware my meaty hands, and um yeah, and like King just looks like Girl King with eyeliner and a golden tooth. So, and I want to play this clip from King.
I've got some very confusing emotions right now.
All right, here's the deal.
And I got some conflicted emotions right now because a girl is in his body, and he's just looking at it from the outside, from someone else's point of view. He's like seeing his own body. It's like I got some conflicted emotions. That was pretty funny. And King Ida's like, okay, this is how it's gonna work. All of us are gonna prove who has the easiest life. Ida's gonna get pampered. Show how easy that is. King is gonna rule over the teenagers. He's gonna show how that is easy, and Luce and Ida's body is gonna, prove that being an all-powerful witch, even with a warrant on your head, it's like no big deal. And the Luce had a clean Hootie, so I guess Hootie's like going in the mud. Hootie's Hootie, so I'm not gonna knock any points off because Hootie's Hootie. And he's like, oh, look at me, I'm all filthy. And they're like, ugh, and like King's like, oh, like this is gonna be awesome because like being a teenager is a tyrant's dream. And like and like and then Luce is like, oh, like I'm gonna win this, like because I got magic, and she does a spell and she falls over, and and like Ida's like ha, like good luck with that. I can't wait to be pampered like a baby, and like King gets defensive like this. It's like my life is have to be laughed at, but yours is, Luce, and like kind of taps Ida's nose, and like and King just like walks away, and first we get like Ida's story, and I just like the sequence. I just like kinda like that. Where is it? Right here. My face is covering it. Well, whatever. It says Ida's catastrophe. But And because I kind of like the bongos, where it's like the tail movement and just grabbing the sunglasses, kind of like a Lilo Stitch, camp, like, what do we call it? It's like a nod to Lilo and Stitch, and I just kind of like the sequence that she put the sunglasses on, like, oh, look how cool I am, and like, and oh, like, oh, you're so adorable, and then we get like the guard is like, hey, like, you thought you can get away with it? Is, oh, you know who I am? It's like, yeah, you're the cutest little guy ever. Here's a lolly. Is like, yeah. Oh yeah, and she like throws away the sunglasses and like like, yeah, I got a lollipop, and it's like going to the three-headed dog. I think it's a reference to Cerberus, I guess. And he's like, oh, you got nothing, kind of hit it with a lollipop, and like Ida's just walking around. It's like, King's in being King's body is gonna be a walk in the park. And then I kind of like how Ida did the classic wah, because that's what King does, and Ida's been around Kings like so much it kind of rubbed off on her.
I'm gonna win this bet for sure.
Oh, Don.
He's like, wah. I kind of like that, as like she's been around King so much. It's like, wah. Because she got surprised. And he's like, oh, Dottie, look at this little thing. Like, and he's like, oh, get your hands off of me. And he's like, oh, you're fussy. Like, all you need is tummy rubs. And it's like, oh, they basically like walk going to this dark alley, and there's a kitty cafe. And like, like, oh, like, come like to our like kitty cafe. And here's like my other complaint in the episode. So what am I on now? The whole doing the body swap on purpose, and Luce not learning a second spell. It's at 90. So the fact that he said like they don't like teens, but you think like teens, especially teenage girls, would love kitty cafes and they would want business. So this doesn't really make any sense. It's at 85 right now. So like, come on. But apparently they don't like teens. Whatever. And literally, like we're away from those like wretched teens and stuff. And like you're gonna be safe here. And I kind of like this right here.
Well, my creep alarm is ringing, but I can't argue with num-nums. This place is a safe place.
Like my creep alarm is like ringing, but I can't say no num nums. Like like oh like you're away from those wretched teens and everything. You're safe here, and like she like throws the cupcake like, oh, this is awesome, and like I'm tired and I'm gonna go to bed, and like you get this guy. It's basically supposed to be a reference to the Joker. So when I first saw this, I was like, so is this place gonna be like an insane asylum in a way? And it basically is. When I get to it, I'll show you guys. But it's green hair, orange bow tie, purple suit. It's basically the Joker, and Joker represents like madness, and so like that would only make sense. Is it like I guess? Oh, okay. And she's like jumping, like from place to place. All right. And then oh no, sweetie, you can't survive there on your own. And then I'm gonna try not to put too many clips, but he's like stand back, ladies. I'm not one to disrespect my elders. And she does like a spell circle, but it doesn't work. It's like oh like farts. I can't do magic. And oh, you're gonna be safe here. And Ida like runs to the employees only, and like I was saying before about like the like insane asylum like reference. Look at this right here, very creepily rocking, and they're not dolls or anything, but like basically like he's like, oh my god, what's going on here? And then Joker shows up, bow ties. They like don't bother. They're minds are too far gone because they were been pampered so much they can't think for themselves. Kind of like like he, and it basically makes sense why he's dressed as a Joker for this type of concept. And then they've just been babied too much, and Ida kind of realizes like, wow, I thought being pampered would be awesome, but I just feel so small and like helpless. And Ida kind of understands King a little bit better, and so, oh wow. Oh, he's like, oh, well, that's not gonna happen to us. But I guess Bowtie Joker only had like a little bit in him left. They didn't address it too much, but he only had a little bit left to help Ida out in King's body. And even the Ida's like, oh, I failed you, Bowtie. She's sad, and they break in. They didn't break in, but they go into their room, and then Ida does something cool. It's like, oh, Bowtie, your help won't be in vain, and throws Bowtie at their face. And she runs towards the light, and she goes into like the display case, and I'll see our newest baby. And like it's a kitty cafe, and like and like Ida's like, uh-oh. And like, oh, you're gonna be now. Everyone can see our new star. So I'm gonna leave it like that. So I'm sorry if you guys don't like kitty cafes. I'm sorry, but this is where I'm gonna leave it. So basically that's Ida's. I'm sorry. There's the A plot, B plot, and C plot. This Ida's is the A plot. Then we get to the worst one. The King one in Luce's body. That's the B plot, and the C plot is Luce in Ida's body. And basically, King is like, oh, like I'm a teenager now. I can do whatever I want. And they can ripping this banner, and I'll take that banner. And he falls into a trash can, and he's basically like crawling around because he's not used to being tall. I kind of glad they like address that. And basically he goes to the treasure shack, and basically he meets up with Basha, Amelia, and the other kid. And it's not the same kid the other girl that I said I wouldn't like give the name, but is she there too? I'm not sure. She probably is, but Amelia is there too, the one with the green hair. But basically, King's on the floor and everything. He's all like, oh, bow to me, teenagers, the new king of teenagers. And he like gets up and like he says, oh yeah, I'm tall now. And Basha's like, oh, news or and on Instagram, oh, she thinks she can hang out with us even though like she can't. This is another complaint in the episode where it's at 75 right now because Basha, Amelia, the girl named, and the guy all heard Luce's voice and have seen her face, and they have like wanted posters of her, like band posters in the school, so they know what she looks like and they know what she sounds like because they were just here today. I know the term like, oh, teenagers is stupid, but I kind of take offense to that. I know I'm not smart at every single thing, but I'm good at some things. So I kind of take offense to that, but whatever. But yeah, they think Luce has yellow eyes apparently in a tooth, like a sharp tooth, and King's voice, and they heard King's voice in that same day. So I don't understand. Whatever, it says 75% right now, but and they also have these Pegasus shoes where I don't like the whole, oh, we had the one plot device for the episode and it never comes back. So it's at 70 right now. Yeah, it's basically right at average. And since there's more to the episode, I'm kind of losing faith. But this is only the beginning of the B plot. But basically, she kind of stole the guy named Pegasus shoes, and he puts it out like, ha, do what I want. And she throws these he throws this like tentacle bag thing, and it like causes a ruckus in the town, and they all like hail, like they bow before your king of teenagers. And the guy's like, I didn't like to be told what to do, but now I just like, and then everyone puts the Pegasus shoes on except for Basha, and he's like, oh come on, come with me, you hormone hijinks, reckless doers, time to pull some hijinks. And then there's like a song that, oh, you're part of the cool kids or something like that. And doing this spell, the guys doing the spell circle that's making their faces disfigure. Oh, okay, I guess this is kind of like a prank. I hope that's not permanent. We don't know, but I'm guessing it's not. But one of the people that they're basically disfiguring is already disfigured, so they correct it. And he's like, he's like, I still like being disfigured. There was a joke I really didn't like, so that's 65 right now. There's a what did it say? It was like self storage, and they turned into elf rage, and like a giant elf, like with muscles, like rips his shirt off, like in his overalls, and it's like, yeah, and he punches the sign. So I didn't like that joke. No, it's below average right now. Like, nope. But I thought this was really hilarious. I wish I could play it, but I can't. Oh well. But basically, I thought it was funny where they had these Raven phones, and the king is like dialing it, and he's calling the Owl House, and who's answering? It's like, oh hello, I always want to talk to someone, and King's a jerk, and he just puts the Raven that's called Hootie but into this like radio sonogram thing, and then he's like, oh, we can talk for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and they're just getting annoyed because Hootie's annoying, but I just love it. And King's like, oh, this is awesome. I don't know what Luce was talking about, and he's like, what? And Boss was like, I can't believe like my friends thought like how like you basically think you're not a loser anymore. I gotta fix this. So I basically challenge you to like race like against like Dead Man's Curve or something. And there's this like racing thing. I wish it was something to establish that they like to race, but there's nothing that establishes that. They like Pinstagram and flying, I guess, with Pegasus shoes. Not really racing. 60 right now. Like, come on. Why are they? When do they race? Like, whatever. But the girl unnamed is saying like, hey, you don't have to do this, and we know humans are fragile. And King's like, I'm not fragile. And it's like, all right, Basha. And I accept your teenage witch ritual, like coming of age thing. Like, he doesn't know what it is. And there's like two different types like of rats, basically, or mice. You use these mice worms to race Dead Man's Curve. One looks super awesome, one doesn't, and basically they ride. And ready, set, go. Basha gets the lead, and his King's is not working, and he just kicks it, like, shots to the butt, and he's riding backwards, and Basha's like, what the heck? And King's like, oh yeah, Basha, this is how the cool kids do it. And just like Basha stops when they get to like the middle of the road, and King like falls. The King's like, say bye to your popularity, Basha, and she's like, oh bye, and then he just falls onto the treasure shack, and he's like, and then the guy's like, oh, someone tell me what to do, and Basha's like, get her for destroying the treasure shack, and then they all put the Pegasus shoes and clean Basha, and they're gonna go get her. They think it's a her, but it's King. And King just crawling on the floor is like, oh, like, I wish I would have my body back. Like, the teenagers are more difficult than I thought. And then the treasure shack, like with the highway thing, is close to the kitty cafe. But why are they so close together? Since these people don't like teens, like why are these things like so close? So it's at 55. This basically, this episode failed, but we still got Luce's plot. But yeah, this episode failed. But basically, apparently, the treasure shack, like, it's close to the kitty cafe, and basically, King goes in there, and basically he's like, ooh, they basically see the Basha, Amelia, the guy unnamed, and the girl I'm not revealing until a later episode. Basically, it like flies past her. It's like, ooh, I got away with them. And then it's like, oh, a teenager. They don't like them for some reason. It's like, oh, get her. And then they put King in the display case, and then like, oh no, I'm actually a baby. You can't lie to us. And then oh hey King, how was your day? They put Ida in the bumblebee costume. It looks super cute. And now we get to the C plot with Luce and Ida's body, and basically like I forgot what King's title was, like the name of this plot, but it was like King's Kiss of Death or something. But and Luce's called Luce's Deals with Heels, because like she's like strutting in heels, and she just falls, and is like, oh, I don't know how to walk in heels, and like she's trying to get used to it, and she knocks over a lamp by tripping, and it's like, oh, I'm a ding dang witch, and she just does a powerful spell, and it's like, oh my god, he is super powerful, and she puts these oven mitts, kind of like spoilers for Frozen #1. Elsa can't control her powers, and basically they put these gloves on. It doesn't have any magical ability, but as long as you don't think about your powers, you won't overreact to them, and it won't become dangerous. Kind of like the same thing with Lucy in the oven mitts, where if I think these oven mitts work, it will basically limit the magic, basically, and I control it better. Kind of like a focus, sort of. Okay. And and then she like tries to fix the lamp, and it grows legs and stuff, and it's like, oh, this is solely out of the ordinary. I'll buy it. Oh, sold. And and she's doing like a big old. She's wearing like a hat, the top hat that says Ida. She has her staff and everything, and it says like, oh, Ida the Owl Lays Human Collectibles with big old light signs, and she's like being a performer, and and I can see where Ida's rubbing off on Luce, because in the first episode, that's a failed. But one of the things I liked where Ida went on top of the Human Collectibles like the stand, and she's like, oh, I'm Ida the Owl Lady, the most powerful witch in the Boiling Isles. That's what kind of Luce is doing. Oh, step right up, folks. So they're kind of like rubbing off on each other. Oh, okay. And basically, is it like, oh, this feather duster, oh, this would be perfect for my enemies, and oh, I'll take it. Oh, sold. Oh, this pacifier for the baby, sold. The centaur that we met episode 2, sort of like, and he doesn't have a face like on his face, so he drew like this old fashioned anime, and he's crying like, oh, thank you, and then he's like, oh, they could come again, and then you kind of see like a guard that's covered with a tarp, kind of sneaking around, pretty smart, and it's like, oh, are you Ida the Owl Lady? And the like, oh, that depends. Are you a fan of magic? And these flowers are so cute. Like, oh, mama. And no, I am a fan of the law. And the flowers like die. And they're like, oh. And basically it's like oh, you guys don't want to mess with me. Kind of did like a magic, and the pacifier went onto the guard, and they basically locked her up. And basically they throw her to the not the conformatorium, but kind of like the jailhouse of Burnsboro, I guess. Yeah, I guess. And basically they do like a mugshot, and it's like, oh, and the camera, it's like alive as the monster. Like, oh, this is one of my greatest work. Like, you can see the shame in your face. And basically they lock up Albert like in a chain, and Lucy's like, oh, Albert, and they move, and like, so and basically Lucy's like, oh, guys, you're gonna laugh when you're gonna hear this. I'm not actually Ida. Like this is a big Freaky Friday mix up. And then you kind of see this figure walking up to the guards, where you kind of like that two-way or one-way glass window, classic thing in jailhouses, and he's like, you can take that off, someone's gonna see you with the pacifier, and like, oh, it just helps me relax. And he drops the pacifier, like he like spits it out, because they see the love. And he's like, oh, Madam Lilith, like, what do we owe the pleasure? And he's like, a word says they captured my sister. Is yeah, so we got the order for the conformatorium. We're gonna bring it there, and then and like is it no, leave it to me. But we had the order right here though, and she burns it like the law, not the law, but the order has changed. So that's interesting. And he's like, oh, if you would know Ida better than anyone, it would be you. What was your name? Like Lily or something? And he's like, oh, like sister, like it's so nice that you seem so like affectionate, kind of making fun of her a little bit. But I have another problem where, kind of like how Basha, Amelia, and the guy and girl named, they didn't like recognize that Luce talks different, looks different. It's the same thing with Lilith, and not recognizing that this the Ida talks like Luce, has Luce's face, and she sort of met Luce in the convention. Oh, this is a human. Where did you even get her? So she kind of has a good look of her. So I don't understand why she thinks this is Ida. So shoot, what is it at 45? Yeah, it's at a 45 right now. And basically, is it like, and you know, like, oh, sister, your charges are your most like dearest, and like, oh, running a stand without a permit, having a hocus without hocus, and they loses like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that list goes for like a long time, and it like this serious, Edelin, like you gotta stop running away, and Luce comes to the realization of, yeah, I can't just poof my problems away. Like, I can't just magic them away. Is like, yeah, you can't, but we can. Like, come on, just join the Emperor's Coven like we wanted to when we were girls, like, you know, when they were in school. And it's like, Luce is, just to the audience, like, Luce is like, Ida wanted to join the Emperor's Coven. And we're gonna do this right now. She's like, tied her up with these magical restraints, and basically they get the branding glove, and like he's got the branding glove like on. He's gonna, and Luce being good right here, where she knows Ida doesn't want to be part of this. It kind of does a big spell like, no, I'm not a danger to anyone, and she blows up the jailhouse, and Albert, come to me, and he just crashes through the jail cell, and it slaps her. It's like, oh, Albert, Ida's life is more difficult than I thought, and Lilith's like, that's it, I'm gonna bring her in now. And so that was kind of interesting that Ida once wanted to join the Emperor's Coven. Basically, that's what Lilith said. Because I don't think Lilith would lie right here, because apparently she thinks this is Ida, when that is completely stupid. But whatever. But basically, and here's like another dumb thing where the jailhouse is close to the kitty cafe. Like, it's a jogging distance. Like, well, why though? It's at a 40 right now. Like, I don't understand. Whatever. It's at a 40 right now. You already know it failed, but, and then like Ida and King, it's like Ida's like, oh, Luce, bring my ding dang body over here. And I thought this was pretty dumb also, where I kind of thought like, oh, it's the Bumblebee's like costume keeping Ida from leaving, like it's in the volunteer shirt that like the King is wearing, or no, like Luce caused a distraction to the ladies, but the ladies weren't like already looking, and basically Ida and King like sneak out, and the ladies caught them, and it's like, oh, gotta go, and then they, oh, we gotta go get them. So what was preventing them from leaving? Like, you know, I don't. It's at a 40 right now. What was preventing them from leaving? Whatever. Continuity. And basically they're running out, and everyone, like the guards, Lilith, Basha, Amelia, the two unnamed teenagers, Dottie, and the other kitty cafe lady are all chasing them, and they come to the middle of town, and Lilith is going to a great speech like, I've been trying to rein you in, and they did get you to join the Emperor's Coven, but I'm done playing games with you. I'm bringing you in. And then Ida's like, Lucy, got my sister involved? And is it, yeah, I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. And I was expecting a big fight scene because that's what we got in convention. She just does a body swap. So that was like a big letdown for me. It's 35. And then so she did the body swap and it's like, oh, Ida, what did you do to me? Because she turned to a female dog, and that kind of says a lot about Ida and Lil's character. I'm not gonna say what the female dog like basically means because that's not really like appropriate. But if you know what it means, you know what it means. If you don't, you don't. But anyway, Lil was like switch bodies with a female dog, probably. I don't know gender. I'm just assuming. But basically, oh Ida, you rotten sister, turn me back. And basically everyone's like freaking out, and I'm like, what? Like, so they don't know what a body swap is? And it's like, oh, I'm an Empress Guard. No, I'm not. You are. No, not. But no, I am an Empress Covering Guard. You're not. No, yes, I am, and you're not. So like, they're kind of like beating each other up. So they don't know what a body swap is, and they're also beating each other up. I just don't understand. So is that basically at 3 right now? And like, you know, like, even Luz like, Ida, they can be okay. And it's like, no. And Luz kind of goes in like a little speech right here, saying like, oh, you know, Ida, like, there's a lot we don't know about each other, but you know, when we're all together, things are a little less mixed up. And you know, Ida's like, oh, you know, well, like, you know, like, I guess it's pretty sweet of you, kid, but let's never mention this again. Sorry, I forgot to mention before. I thought we're gonna have the big fight scene between Ida and Lilith. Ida does the body swap, and they're back to normal. So I forgot to mention that, but yeah. And Ida was in the Bumblebee costume, like in her regular bodies, and that just burst open. I just thought it was funny. But like, you know, they were just flying and stuff. Like the shadows on the moon. I thought that was pretty cool. And like, and Lucy's like, oh, who's gonna clean Hootie? And it's like Lucy's like, oh, we can all work together. And Ida and King being jerks, like puts it like, you know, they not it. And Lucy's like, oh, so I guess Lucy has to do it. Hootie's really dirty. So yeah. This was a 30% out of 100%. It failed, like below failed, basically. I think the worst I've ever, I forgot what, I'm pretty sure Align Witch and Warden was like 50%, I think. And I Was a Teenage Abomination was like a 4 or 45 maybe. But this is basically like a 3. Like basically it's a 30% out of 100%. So yeah, worst episode so far. I was expecting a cool fight scene, didn't get it. Everyone's kind of like acting like dummies, like for some reason. The locations were way too close. The whole like racing thing, that didn't make any sense. The cafe ladies not liking teens, that didn't make any sense. I thought Lucy was gonna learn a second spell this episode. That I was disappointed about that. There was a lot of things wrong in this episode, but we did learn some cool things, that you know, they all understand each other a little bit better now, I guess. And Lucy learned that Ida wanted to join the Empress Coven. Okay. So yeah, everyone, you know, that was, you know, episode 8, Once Upon a Swap, and tomorrow we're gonna be doing episode 9, Something Ventured, Someone Framed. And you know, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.